Hello, Sheila. It's your friend Julie from Georgia. And this video is just for you. It is April 24th. I didn't send it out this week, and that is because when I unboxed your gift that was supposed to go to you, almost 2 years ago? And when I took it out, I thought it was rather plain. And you know, when I made it at that time, that's my creative process was very young. And because I've been crafting for a while, I have added, since then, other supplies, but also have grown a lot with lots of inspiration from YouTube videos. Like from Gail Agustinelli, Andrea Allen, from Artie Mays, Bohemian Crafters, Eva with the Bohemian Crafters. Anyway, I have grown quite a bit, and I've added lots of other things. So this thing is, I'll say, rather fully loaded, and I'll explain as I go along what I have added, so you know how much I've added to this. So okay, let's just get into this. This is a 360. I'm going to do a 360 view, top view like this. And then I'm going to show you the front. And I will show you the back. And here's the side view. If I can grab a hold of this. My hands have been a little wonky lately. I think it's just overuse. See, in the center you've got 4 signatures there. A little teacup there for me, from me. As you know, at that time when we were talking, I was talking to you about when I'm not feeling good. My mother always told me, drink tea, feel better. And so I know at that point we were talking about grandchildren and how much you miss them while you were still in California. But so let's go ahead, and I hope I can do this justice. Well, as you can tell, this little is supposed to be a string from this is a giant tea bag right there in the front. So I'll go ahead and open this up. I'm going to untie this. Now, if you don't want this string, if it's too cumbersome, you can go ahead and remove it. I place that right here. And then we have a chain closure, which I've added. I've added a Tim Holtz doorknob. I couldn't figure out for the life of me how I really wanted to attach it. I had actually was going to put the magnetic piece, but I had it just tied in place, but I added this chain. So this bulldog clip right here removes up top, but you can leave this in place because I've added one of those bulb pins here at the bottom for you to release it, and you can leave that dangling. So go ahead and stand this up. The first thing I'm going to do is remove the tea bag, and let's get into that right now. So you have a tea bag here, and you've got a little cute dangle, and you've got some stamped bee images on that side and on the flip side, and along this little spine rope you've got, let's see if you can see that little bee stamped on that fabric. And then we'll go ahead and open up this, and I have this closed with Velcro dots right here at the top here. And inside, let me just move this over here to the side here. And we have little bag that houses some cute little tags. I'm going to do just real quick. I know you're going to pause it and check it out, but I was hoping that you'd read it, you know, when you get this package. Pretty sure you're going to pause this video and look at it. So I have made this little paper bag out of, what did I make it with? Oh, lunch bags. This is when my supplies was very limited, and I was looking for everything and anything that was inexpensive for me to start creating journals and ephemera and things like that. So, little homemade bag, stamped of course. And then you have a blank card for journaling. I'll just put these aside, and then here you have two walls opposite of each other. Of course, it's old wallpaper. That was the effect I was trying to go for. There's that one, and then you flip it over, and then there's this other bird for all your little chicks, your little grandbaby chicks. And then on the side of this one, you have a tag. Oops. That comes out. And I had recently ordered some Well-Till tabs, and I got those in today, so I added them to this journal. I'm so glad they came in today. I was waiting for those to come in the mail, and they finally arrived. And then down here you have another tag, Well-Till. I was trying to find the discontinued tab punch, and oh my gosh, people are asking for, like, it's phenomenal. Like I saw one on eBay, like 300 and something. Like, no way, I'm not gonna be that fool to buy it, you know. So we've got some daisies here, because daisies are my favorite flower. And so those slide in like that, and then this closes back up like this. And in the back side, my dear, I added this to the back. It's a Tim Holtz slotted punch, and each one of these have got these. I made little tags, mason jar tags, and this one says, "Honey, just be you." On the back for journaling space, or putting a picture of your grandbaby back there. So I have 1, 2, gotta be youthful, and then I added stamps for, you know how those little tea bags have like little paper things where you can, you know, dunk your tea in the hot water. Well, there's that, stamps. And then the last one in here, and the slotted, if I can get it out. Oh, looks like I might have to glue that piece right there. I think so. I'll check it out. Anyway, this one says, "Take time to be creative." Oh, excuse me. It's almost 1 o'clock when I'm filming this, because I want to try and get it out in the mail to you. It is 12 o'clock, almost 1 o'clock actually, on the 24th. So here's a Tim Holtz die, a slotted ephemera holder, and all of these will go back in later, and I will put that all back together for you. Okay, and here we go into this, on this cover, underneath the, behind I should say, the tea bag, I have it attached with Velcro, and it's Timeless Treasures. And then you open this up, this door, and inside you've got some journaling cards. That's just an idea. You don't have to keep them in here, but you can put pictures in here. And I have a bulldog clip here in case you want to hang something special in there. So you close that up. And then we lift this back up here. I'm going to remove this bulldog clip here. Oop. So it's out of the way. And then I'm going to remove this bulldog clip that's in the front here. It's a teacup with a dangle, some beads. Set that aside. And now we're going to do the first flip. So we're going to flip this over. We'll flip that over, and behind that cover, this cover is this. So inside this label, you can label it whatever you want to put in there. There's a little tag, a floral tag I stamped, and you can write something behind it. So that just gets tucked right in here. And then inside here, and this is a new addition, this little back cover, this behind, because when I was going to send it to you initially, it was just this green board. It was just plain. So I stamped some birds on it, and I added this pocket and the tags to go with it. Let's just lay this down here. Let's just open that up and lay that down. So these tags right here, it's a teacup pocket, or not a pocket, but a tuck spot. This one says friendship with a flower stamped, and you can write something in the back, or put a baby's picture, your grandbaby's picture. And this is just a collage piece in the back. You can write something if you want, and that just gets tucked right back in there. And then here's an embossed tag of butterflies with the whale tail with Edith Holden. I ordered like 6 packs of 25 of Edith Holden whale tail tags, and then you can journal on the back. And this front is embossed. So we'll go ahead and pick these two things up and stick this back into its pocket. And there's the back side of that, okay? So now, oh, let me show you. Underneath the board, I included this stamped. I stamped floral images on the bottom. Now we're going to go towards the front. And then on the inside, the top side of the bottom flap, I've stamped some more flowers. These are peonies. And then I think these ones are poppies. And so this gets held like this. And then you open up your little, your rings here, like this. And when you want to work in a journal, this is your first journal. So you have, actually, I'm going to tell you, you've got about, this is 4 and then 5 journals. The 5th one, the stuff that I added. But you've seen this, and this just opens up here, and the book flips open, and these pages have been stamped with dragonflies. In the center is a brown paper bag that I embossed with butterflies, and I did this as a door. You can tuck your little pictures in here and then close them up here. I'm hoping you can see this okay. I've got new film equipment and lighting equipment that I'm still working the bugs out of, and those came in, my ring light came in today. But here are these little stamped images on here. They're dragonflies. And then all you do is to close this back up, and it's just like that. We'll set that one aside, and this one should have also dragonflies. Yep, there we go. Lots of writing space, my dear. You can decorate, put lots of pictures, and trust me, this thing, because of the way it's made, it has room to grow, to get chunky if you want it to. And it just gets closed just like this. So that's your second journal. And here's your third journal. And these I've added additional stamping. Little lines, fun little lines. These next two journals are going to be like this one. The first two that I showed you I left blank for you to have a fun and play and decorate. And these have got the little lines in it with the dragonflies. And then your center signature. To this one I glued as a tuck spot to put some things in there. Like it closed up like that. There's a ton of writing space in here. Oh, let's just close that back up like this. Don't you just love these colors so far? Just love them. These are all my favorite autumn colors. And here we go. We have this other one here, and you'll see that this one, so two of them have got the little stamped images, the stamped lines in them. And each one of these papers here, like here when you see, I have distressed it so the edges have that little cool extra dimension feature to it. Each one of them have different colors. So here's this one. I know I'm doing this fairly quickly because I want to get through this, flip through so this can get to you. And then the back behind, in the back part of the flap is, again, I created, let me just go ahead and take these rings out. That went right through. How did that? Okay, this didn't do that before. Okay, don't laugh at me. Don't laugh at me, Sheila. It's not supposed to do this. I guess the little... I'll show you what I'm talking about. Snuck right through. When you close this little knob right through the hole. Is this little knob? Okay, let me just put those rings set aside. Ugh. Okay, so here's the front. Okay, this is the front of the. This is the front. Okay, and behind the flap, I showed you had these tags in it. So I'll move this aside, and the inside, the interior flap behind it. Behind all the journals, have another pocket that I've added. All of these have been added. Okay, that's why I didn't send it out this week. It's because when I looked at it, it was super plain, and because I know I've come a long way in creating other things, I had to add these other things because I have the equipment, you know, like the die cuts, more ink, you know, more papers and things like that. So again, this is one of those, it's like the front one, but this one says hope, and I stamped a flower and a bee, and behind her you can journal or stick your baby's pictures in it, your grandchildren or pictures, and then behind here is writing space. Okay, and then here's another embossed butterfly tag. Can you see that? And behind it you have journaling space, and then with the Edith Holden well tell, which I got today. So I have been waiting for all of this extra stuff that I ordered to come in so I can add it to this journal. I just really wanted to make more of it. It was just too plain, my dear. I couldn't send it. I just could not. But here you can see all of these stamping that I've done here on these plates. I've done yesterday and today. So I didn't want to leave any of this plain at all, so I stamped flowers, the wild flowers, from the Tim Holtz stamps that came in this week. So I was able to add these beautiful flowers to it. And as you see, the Tim Holtz stamps, beautiful. So now we're getting to the back of the journal, okay? The very back. So I'm going to flip this over, and if you recall, this was just a flip out that was just little envelopes inside of it. So it looked just like this. I was going to put a little Velcro dot here, but I didn't. So I added this slot right here to tuck that in, because, oh, and then all the stamping I did, I did all the stamping yesterday and today. So then, and then I added this beautiful paper on the inside, because it was just card craft, because this is made out of craft card. So then as you open it up, I did all the stamping here, and then as you open it up, it opens up just like this. And I've added things in each pocket, and I added this little note that says, "Today I will not stress over things I can't control." You flip it over, "Stay strong, things will get better. It might be stormy now, but it can't rain forever, my dear." Okay? And I love you. I haven't met you in person, but I feel like we're kindred spirits, and I feel like you're my sister. So I wanted to send you this word of encouragement, considering your recent loss. So I love you. This is made with love, with extra, extra love, okay? And so what I've added in here was a signature here. See, I added that, I tied it in, and this was not in here. This was just going to be plain Jane with nothing inside. That's how plain it was. So when I looked at it, I said, no, it's not going like this to you. As far as I've come, I had to do it justice, okay? So you've got some writing space, and then you have in here in these pockets, you have an embossed envelope that I've made. These are cherry blossoms. And then inside of here, you've got a tag with butterflies. So it just flips right back in here. And each pocket is identical. So you just want to go ahead and slide that back in there. And the pockets are wide enough, my dear, for you to add some stuff, extra stuff in it. Photographs, personal things, but you've got a little writing space here. And when you get this is one of my favorite papers that I purchased. And this paper is made from Australia. So it's an Australian type paper. And I forget all the logistics of it. Oh, that just was snuck in there. Check that out. I'm going to leave it because it was in there. It was just in there. How that got in there, I have no idea. So it's staying. So yeah. And here's your center signature. You can decorate interior pocket with another embossed envelope with the butterfly tag in it. And that's another signature here with this beautiful paper. So your papers throughout your whole, I don't even know what you call it. I forget. I watched a video from May made it, and she was making this sort of thing out of it was for a recipe flip through to do recipes, but hers was a little wonky. I was like, no, needs to be built with chipboard. It needs to have this and that. And so I kind of did my own thing with her inspiration. So there's that. And then you have a third pocket here with a third embossed envelope with a butterfly tag in it. And I thought, well, you know, butterflies are apropos. It's spring. Things are going through a metamorphosis, and so are you, my dear, you know, with your recent loss. So it's time to come out of that cocoon and spread your wings and start creating and doing all the other things that you love. So here is that journal. So you have a complete 5 journals in this. And you know, when you go through this, when you have this at home, you don't need to take it all apart like this. I'm just doing it because I'm showing you all of the extra bits that I have added to this journal. And here is one of my homemade bags. This is a napkin on baking paper that I made. So this little bird tag, keeping in the theme of with your little chicks. See, they're coming out of their nest, and here you are watching over your grandbabies. Okay. And then back here, I have Velcroed this, but this is a doily out of a die cut. But these little edges here on this little lacy part is real delicate. So for you to open this up, just stick your fingers in through the flap and then bring it forward to release the Velcro. That way these won't get stressed out and ruin, you know, the little doily thingy. So then you want to open up your bag, and these I've done today. I've done a lot of other things, but here's your beautiful bag. And I made you some teacups. Wanted you to make sure you have plenty of teacups to write whatever you want on it. Stick little photos of, you know, whatever, or whatever you want to do to be creative, sweetie pie. And then I made these tags today. I used a beautiful paper pad that was actually one of my first paper pads that I bought at Walmart. I mean, that was back in 2018 when I got started. You know, it was a $5, I think it was $5, $3 or $5. I think it's $3. And it had a packet of like 50 papers. And so this beautiful floral, because it matches, you know, the color scheme, the color palette of the cover and in the inside. And I added a fussy cut butterfly. It was from a DigiKit. It was actually, I think, Artie Mae's fussy cut butterflies. And I used a die cut to cut this out. And I did some faux stitching around it. And then you can label it whoever you want. I think you're going to stick photos behind here. And I stamped, making it look like a vintage postcard. Let's see. See, I adjusted my camera and lighting today because these are my new, excuse me. Yeah. I know I coughed, but it's not because I'm sick. I know you said you're going to quarantine this. Go ahead and quarantine it. I'll just lightly spray everything, just a light mist of Lysol spray on it. But, so anyway, you can put pictures back here, and then you can put their names of who your little babies or your special people that you're going to put on these. So this and this goes into your bag of goodies. And that just closes up like that. And then again, to open it, Velcro. And there's that bag, my dear. And so, if we now want to go ahead and put these back together, because I've taken it apart to show you. And see in the back here, here's that beautiful pocket. See this little pocket that houses that 5th journal and your little goodie bag. But I did all this stamping this evening. These are the poppies, and these are daisies. Black-eyed Susans or something like that. It's in the daisy family. Of course, daisies are my favorite flower. So we'll go ahead and put your goodie bag away in here. We'll put your 5th journal away in here. Just like so. Okay, all the way down. And then we'll turn this over. I'm going to go ahead and put your stuff away that I've taken out. I'm hoping you're doing a lot of this. You're laughing. I want you to laugh. Please laugh, sweetie. Don't be sad. I know it's hard, but I'm thinking of you, and I just want you to be B-E-E, happy. Okay. Where's that one flap? Right here. I've got to take these little mason jars, take the little tea bag off, flip it over. We're going to go ahead and put these, slot this through here. Let's get this one in here. Laughing keeps you youthful, sweetie. You gotta stay youthful. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and, honey, just be you. Let's see, can you see that? I should turn on the autofocus back on here. That way it focuses. Let me see if that does that right now. Let's see, I'm going to test something out. See, I'm testing this out while I'm filming. There we go. Voila, look at that. Testing, testing, Angela. I mean, Sheila, I'm sorry. I was watching Angela YouTubing today while I was stamping and all that. That's why she's still in my brain. But this is for you, my dear Sheila Moss. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for understanding with all this C19 chaos business going on. Get that. I love you, my dear. One day we'll meet in person. One day. That is my hope. And then we'll go ahead and put this back in. We'll attach it right here with the little Velcro dots. And see the little bees. Let's see if it's going to autofocus. Yep. There we go. I'm going to pan in so you can see this. And I'll turn this over. See, the reason why I turned off the autofocus, because I felt like it was it'll make people like feel motion sickness. But maybe I need to keep that on, huh? Okay. So that's your front cover. That is your front cover. And this is the back. Okay. Oh, let's go back here. And, oh, let's open your little tea bag up. It's attached with the Velcro dots. We'll put this envelope back in here. And your journaling card. If you hear the noise in the background from the television, that's hubby. watching something. I know this late because he gets home at midnight. Takes him a couple of hours to 2 or 3 hours to wind down. There you go. So all that's back inside. And then we're going to go ahead and put this together. So I'm going to stand this up, put the rings back in. Okay. And let's get your journals. Up. Okay. We can do this. I can do this. And you're watching me. Because this is yours. So I'm just putting this back in here. Yikes. Let's stick this back in here. There we go. Okay. There we go. So then we have that. Pop this back here. And let's stick this in the ring. And then I'll show you how you can flip through it. Okay, to get all your little goodies out. So I'm going to attach the rings. Okay. So it sits up like that, my dear. Here we go. 360. Okay. It stands up just like that. Put that over here. I think this string might end up making you feel crazy. Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and just wrap it around this first flap, okay? Instead of the whole thing. You can take it off. You probably will, so you can get through your journals. Okay, so, okay, I'm just going to tuck that in there like that. Okay, so that's what that looks like. I tied the string around it just on the first flap right here. Okay, so when you get this journal, I'm attaching this bull clip. You get a little dangle. I've got your other bull clip here with your dangle. And these here, it says love. It's got a little dragonfly charm here. A little heart here that says love. Let's see if I can hold this with my chubby little fingers. Oh, here we go. Well, I can't because my hand... Oh, maybe I did. This little heart says love. You've got a silver love. Faith. Keep the faith, sister. And while we do that, we remain in peace. See that? Okay. And it's got other little charms on there. So I'm going to take this bull clip. Yikes. Oh my goodness, my hands are fatigued today. They truly are. They've been actually fatigued for a minute. You know why, and Sheila? I've been watching my grandbaby. Oh, I'm watching her till May 28th. May 28th, because my daughter, her ex-significant other, the baby daddy, is a piece of poos, okay? I'm just saying it. He's a piece of poos, I'm telling you. I probably shouldn't have said that because I'm going to be uploading this to YouTube. Excuse me, everybody. Let me just make a quick little mention here. Hi everyone, I know for those that are watching, this is a personal It was a RAK that was supposed to go to Sheila Moss almost 2 years ago. But when I was going to send it, we had some big, huge financial stuff going on. Of course, Sheila knows my daughter and the 2 granddaughters moved in. So that was chaos. And then getting them settled in. And then she moved out. And then COVID happened, okay? So we couldn't send anything, and people were afraid to get packages and things like that. So I just hung on to it. And so this is the reason for this video. It's a flip through of a RAK present that should have gone to Sheila almost 2 years ago. And there are 2 others. One is for Andrea Allen, and the other one was to a Miss Green, I think, in the UK. Still haven't forgotten them. Theirs is going to get there. Now that I'm going to send this to Sheila, I'm going to open up their packages and I'm going to look at it. And I'm going to see, because I've had them packaged up for almost 2 years, I'm going to see if there's anything that I can add, just because of the growth that I've experienced in crafting in the last 2 years. And just like with Angela's RAK gift right here, this is her RAK gift. I'm going to make sure that I have added some other things according to the growth that I've experienced in the last 2 years. So yeah, I will be unboxing theirs and going through it just like I did this one, and it took me a week to add so much other things to it, because in 2 years, as I have grown, so have my craft supplies. They have grown, so I have more at my disposal to add. So thank you everyone for sitting in and watching and looking at this flip through, because I'm hoping that you would gain some inspiration. And if you do like to see how this is made, just write me a comment and I will put things together and show you how it's made. Please like and subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to grow this channel. Or share the video. Okay? Alright, Sheila. So now here we go, Sheila. The last, and so you're going to get this in the box, and it's going to look just like this. It's going to lay down in a box flat like this. See? Of course, naturally, this is going to fall down. Okay, and then you have this space, which I'm going to have tissue paper guarding it so this does not break, or bubble wrap or something like that. You see there's a gap here now. It's going to be laying down just like this inside the packaging. And I will have cushions securing that. So this will be secure, but it's going to be laid like this. So when you bring it out, when you open up your box, all you do is just lay it up front and bring this forward, and it meets this little divot in here. Okay, there's a little divot right in here. Let me show you that divot. Let me see if I can show you what that looks like. Let me take this bold pen. There's a little divot right here where this right here sits. It comes just like that. See that? It comes forward and this flaps up. See that? How that does that? So this will slide back and be laid down just like this. This is what your journal is going to look like when it's laying flat. But when you take it out and remove it, you're going to slide it till it meets that divot. Okay? I'm hoping I explained this. I mean, I could take every element apart in here like we did off the rings, and you can watch the video and to see how it's put together. But darling, I know you're intelligent and smart. I know you can put it together. This is, you know, I know you don't need a video to put this all back together. Okay, so if I receive this, this is what I would be doing. Oh my God, I love it. You know, I'm going to take this off real quick, and then you just flip through it, my dear. Okay? You just taking it and then bringing it forward. And then when you want to take out a journal, you just open up your rings right here. You open up your rings like this. Oh, these rings are pretty tough. Then again, I have weak fingers. Okay, so they're open, and you just remove a journal when you want to work on one. So you just slide that back, and you just take one out. Take one of your little journals, and open it up to your heart's content. Work on one journal at a time, until you fill it up. Trust me, this is built in such a way. Let me just show you. Let me put this back in. And you just take out your journals this way. And when you're done filling up this one, you move it to the back. You move it to the back of the book. So let me just show you. I'm going to flip this back forward. And let me just show you something. I'm going to show you why you have room for growth. Look at this. It's an A-frame. It's almost an A-frame. Look at all the space in between. So you can decorate it to your heart's content. And it's fat enough and wide enough for it to grow. You know how people, they call it gator mouthing, right? You can gator mouth these, and it will have room for it to fit. Okay? Now, I want to show you another feature. I'm going to flip this through, flip this back, and I'm going to remove this, okay? So, say you're going on a trip, my dear. Okay? And you need to take a journal with you. There you go. You pull one out. Okay? You pull one out like this. You take this elastic band. Okay? And you remove this. And now, let me show you. It's supposed to go. How did I have this? Hold on a minute. I might be lying. Wait a minute. Oh, this is why. I'm a ding dong. It's been a while since I made this, okay, Angela? So, here's your little elastic banding. You flip this open. Put this in. Just like that. You're folding it in inside the flap. You fold it inside the flap. Close this up. And then take your elastic band. And here you go. You stick it in your purse. So you have a little journal thing that you take on a trip with you to fill up all your little travel goodies and things like that. Okay? And it closes just like that. So when you come back and it's all full, you just flip this open. Put your elastic band back on. It closes up. And then you stick it back into your ring binding. Just like that. And there you go. I hope I did this justice, but if I've forgotten something, that'll be left up for your exploration. This is yours to explore to your heart's content, and I hope you thoroughly enjoy this. And again, sweet dear, so sorry that it's super late, but then again, let me go ahead and adjust this right here, get where it should be. Again, I hope that you forgive me. I know you do for it being so late. I just don't ever want to be one of those people, that says I'm giving them a RAK gift, and not get it to them. I'm definitely getting Artie's, Andrea Allen's, and that other girl, her name escapes me, but if you're listening to this video, I haven't forgotten you. It's going. 2 of them are going to the UK, but I am gonna open the packages up and did exactly what I did for yours, Sheila. So I love you. I'm gonna package this up nice and safely sometime today when I wake up, because it's rather late, and then get this to you in Colorado. I love you. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Stay safe, stay well. And again, for those who are watching this video, please share if you like it. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to. I do have 4 other journals that I'm going to share, but I did this flip through first because I needed to get out to my dear friend. So everyone, stay safe and warm and be at peace during these times. Thank you and goodbye.